So, of all these speeches at the DNC, the Democratic National Convention of 2024, perhaps one of the most flaming has been the one given by Michelle Obama, and for many reasons, especially because of the baiting that we are gonna hear, of the let's say inconsistencies and flat out lies as well. This is not good, and I'm going to analyze it as unbiased as I can, but you're gonna see it for yourself in many ways. And let's start with this clip. I want to start with this clip. We're gonna play it, and we're gonna see not only her body language, but what she is saying.
She and my father didn't aspire to be wealthy. In fact, they were suspicious of folks who took more than they needed. They understood that it wasn't enough for their kids to thrive if everyone else around us was drowning.
So she's talking about her mother and her father and how they had these values that they were suspicious of anyone who took more than they actually needed. And it's funny, and she talks about that because we have a couple of things here, like the way that they got this 65 million book advance when they were going to write their books, which is nice. And also Vince Langman, now that Michelle Obama has finished lecturing America about evil, rich white people at the DNC, it's back to her $20 million mansion in the little white Hamptons. Again, I am not complaining if you can make it in America. America is a land of possibilities, of dreams, of making the money, making the millions. But you can make the millions. It's better if you make them the clean way. But don't start lecturing us about, oh yeah, one of the values of my mother and father was that it is not, you should not trust people who have more than they actually need, which is quite hypocritical, right? And at the same time, it's kind of a limiting belief. I mean, who can judge what you actually need or what you actually want to do with the money that you have earned? It's really condescending and I would say un-American, but let's continue.
Limited, narrow view of the world made him feel threatened by the existence of two hardworking, highly educated, successful people who happen to be black.
Okay, one of the overarching topics or narratives or motives of this speech was color, race, being black. And maybe she wanted to segue that into Kamala Harris being black or biracial, however you want to put it. We are already used to the Democrats saying that Kamala Harris is black. She's biracial would be the actual definition. But she wants to, again, in this case, attack Donald Trump, which has been another motive in all these speeches, in the sense that he is somehow jealous or upset at the fact that two African Americans or blacks have been successful in the way that they have. And to prove this point about the blackness of her speech, let's watch the following clip to see that, yes, it was in this 20 minutes, that was a topic of especially the black job quality of being the president of the United States of America.
I want to know, who's going to tell him that the job he's currently seeking might just be one of those black jobs?
I'm not gonna lie, this I laugh a lot with this lady who was I don't know, doing some kind of I want to win the lottery thing. Maybe the next time I go to a casino and begin, with the slot machines, I will be doing this little dance. That little dance is nice. Again, we saw people clapping that this could be a black job. What is being the president of the United States, and we see a lot of white folks in this shot, and it's a bit funny that I was looking at this lady here, and well, I think she was not that pleased with the joke. I think she was not pleased at all with what she had just heard. So we can guess that not everybody was buying the constant pointing out of this being a white and black problem, or a black and white problem, whatever you want to see it. And yes, it's also that smirk, that constant smirk, which is, it's not the constant smirk. It's not that she does the smirk all the time. It's making this about race again. Again, what is this really about? What is being president of the United States about? Who is gonna care about if you are black or white or Asian or whatever? That doesn't really matter. What should matter is, what are your policies? What is your record? Who picked Kamala Harris for this? These are the questions that we should be asking, and nobody is addressing them, but they're trying to steer the conversation in this landmine that, of course, triggers so many people the wrong way. Let's keep watching.
Demonizing our children for being who they are and loving who they love. Look, that doesn't make anybody's life better.
Well, there's one of these topics that is rather, I would say, controversial and not controversial at the same time. Controversial in the sense that she means that children should be able to be whatever they want and love whoever they want. And you know what that we are talking about, right? That children should be able to make decisions about their bodies, which, again, it's controversial and not controversial at the same time. Controversial in the sense that it's insane, something that is insane. It's controversial, and not controversial that it should not be an issue. It should, we shouldn't be talking about that. Nobody should be like, how to say this, affecting children's lives in such a way, like brainwashing them this way. It should not be. It is not open to discussion. It should not be controversial. You cannot do that. It should not be a topic, but they keep bringing that topic to the table. That is, in my opinion, and I'm sure that in the opinion of many moderate left people, they also don't like that kind of approaches. But I could be wrong. Again, I could be talking about body language as well, but the topic precedes everything else. And no, this should not be a conversation. You should leave children alone. That's it. That is not open to discussion. Let's move on.
Most of us will never be afforded the grace of failing forward. We will never benefit from the affirmative action of generational wealth.
Okay, she's talking about the ultra wealthy who can fail forward and have all these advantages, and she's talking like she is one of those. She's one of the general public. She's talking like we are one and the same. That this is the kind of things that rub me the wrong way. Like, we already know that you're a millionaire, that you're not struggling like any other people in America. You don't have to say we.
If we bankrupt a business,
and look at that gesture, like pointed at herself, at her chest, like she is including. If we bankrupt a business, or choke in a crisis,
we don't get a second, third, or fourth chance. If things don't go our way, we don't have the luxury of whining or cheating others to get further ahead. No.
Again, she is including that, and cheating to winning and getting further ahead. I am not gonna make that joke, but you know what joke I was going to make, and it is not really a joke.
We don't get to change the rules, so we always win. If we see a mountain in front of us, we don't expect there to be an escalator waiting to take us to the top. No. We put our heads down. We get to work. In America, we do something.
I mean, I'm sure that the capital gains tax that most people don't get is going to affect the Obamas, or maybe it's not going to affect them, because I know that they know the tricks that very wealthy people do to not be affected by that kind of taxes, right? Because as Donald Trump said, that I remember the Dave Chappelle skit when he said that Trump had the, guts to say that, yeah, he cheated, and he knew that the establishment was not going to change the rules because they all benefit from the same rules. And Trump is the only one to say, yes, it's like I myself and all of them benefit from this. That's a thing. That's not something that is going to change anytime soon. And you have to realize it. Let's keep watching. Next clip.
Taking away our freedom to control our bodies, the freedom to become a mother through IVF like I did.
Okay, this is something that most people apparently didn't know. I didn't know that she was a mother thanks to IVF. But this is a lie. Many people have kept saying these lies about Donald Trump, that he does not support IVF, when it's absolutely not true. I have a clip here that I'm going to play so you can hear from the man himself that he is behind IVF. I know that some ultra-radical Republicans and conservatives are against IVF, but they are not the majority. I think that IVF in many ways is great technology to help people who have trouble having babies, and America needs more babies, and IVF is a viable way to have them. Let's listen to Trump himself.
For mothers and families to have babies, not harder. That includes supporting the availability of fertility treatments like IVF in every state in America. Like the overwhelming majority of Americans, including the vast majority of Republicans, conservatives, Christians, and pro-life Americans, I strongly support the availability of IVF for couples who are trying to have a precious baby. What could be more beautiful or better than that? Beautiful.
That's it. That's what you got. I mean, again, it's so many things that we saw on that speech from Michelle Obama. Let me see. There's one frame I want to do. Yes, this frame with the horns. It's like interesting. So many things that we saw with this speech, especially the black versus white thing, the race thing. That's something that it gets repeated, and it's always the us against them. Again, I understand it's Democrats against Republicans, but what are the proposals? Why are you talking like you're part of the people who are struggling in America? It's, again, you can talk in behalf of them, but not be so cynical as to include yourself in that group, because we know that, well, you are no longer struggling per se. Maybe you struggled at some point, I don't know, but not anymore. So it's a bit of a stretch. Again, there are many other things happening at the DNC. I will try to keep videos coming faster. There's an interview of Donald Trump by Theo Bond, by the way. I should be doing a video about that. But again, I would love to know what you think about this in the comments. My body language buddies, remember to download my 100 free body language tips in the description of this video and you subscribe to my email that way as well. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Body Language Guy. Much love and bliss.